Good day and welcome to iProLogic.com and iProSyllabus.com. Today we're going to give you a brief video tutorial on exactly how simple and easy it is to use our state-of-the-art algorithm-based software program that is proved mathematically impossible to lose once using the correct setup, bankroll, and of course strategy. This video tutorial is intended for the use of a demonstration, and individual results may vary based on bankroll, level of play, and session time. And like all casino platforms, using our syllabus strategies, you can and will miss on a few spins, as it is common with all RNG, which is random number generation products or platforms. But you will have success using our software and certainly using the different strategies that we provide. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. So we begin by using the four-wheel PRCs of the syllabus. The syllabus is broken up into two parts. There is the PRC 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is the prediction columns, and we also have the casino RNG predictor, where you can input a number and then it will predict what number the software believes should come up. Obviously, there's going to be situations and times where that's not going to happen until it does happen, and you have to use the correct progression. One thing we want to make clear to everyone is if you have your own progression, your methods of increasing, then it's fine that you use that. Some people use martingale or other systems that allow you to increase by doubling and tripling, quadrupling, whatever have you. We personally do not sanction that. We think it's the fastest way to bankruptcy. However, using a very realistic method of increasing, and that's based on your own mathematical analysis of how much you're betting as opposed to what the payouts are and what you're going to get back. Is it going to generate a profit for you, bring you back into a break-even status, or certainly recover a lot of your money? For those of you who want to make it easy, you can use our iProLogic.com calculator, and that certainly does provide a pretty reliable solution to increasing and protecting your bankroll, as well as giving you a pretty accurate suggestion for what your invest amount should be. Now we're going to start here with obviously the 9-number system, and the way that is based is upon having 9 individual numbers. There is a way, and we always say, the honest way is doing it the right way and not cheating. However, again, with gaming, there are some corners that you can really kind of cut, and we're not suggesting that you should cheat. And when we say cheat, we mean by abbreviating or adjusting our system. We believe in the 9-number strategy to be first and foremost the best thing on the planet. And that requires 9 individual numbers, okay, without a repetition. However, there are times you may feel that you're going back and forth within a couple of minutes, of course, 4, 3, or 4, 5 minutes to get those 9 numbers. It becomes a little difficult and you become frustrated. At the end of the day, folks, you have to think about one thing. If the average person makes $20 or $30 an hour, or even $15 an hour, if it takes you a minute or 5 minutes to get your 9 numbers, and then you make a $30, $40 profit, you are way ahead of this game. And certainly, making $30, $40 within 5 minutes or more in many cases, it's not much of, an inconvenience. So let's start by looking at 9 numbers. We're going to use the bankroll of 2,000, and we're going to put that into the calculator. We're going to put a desired target profit per investment of $2, and we're going to use 25 to 1 odds. And of course, whatever the investment calls for on each number, which is in this case $2. If we have a miss, we're going to decrease the odds. And of course, if we have a hit, we are going to leave the odds at what they are or bring them back to what they are for the next session. So without further ado, let's jump in, and we're going to look for 9 numbers, and certainly we'll show you how this actually works. So 8, we're going to look at getting these 9 numbers. What we suggest is when you use the syllabus, you don't necessarily have to open the syllabus just yet to burn any minutes until you have 9 numbers. Now, when we used the word earlier, cheat, it's only for the fact that if you're going back and forth trying to get your 9 numbers and you're getting multiple repeats, the way we say the word cheat, I don't think that's maybe the right word, and I want to take it back, but we want to adjust. Meaning, let's say, for instance, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers right now. Okay, actually 6 numbers. We're going to go to the 7th number. So you have 7 numbers. Let's assume that this 31 is actually a 9, for instance. Okay, well, obviously from where the duplicate took place, you would have to restart looking for your 9 numbers. However, if it kept going on back and forth, that you keep getting duplicates here and there, in between getting the 9, getting frustrated, you can adjust by going to a 10th number and just minusing that duplicated number. But that is not something that we want you to get in the habit of doing. We want you to get in the habit of looking for your 9 numbers. Okay, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are looking for a 9th number. Let's see if we got it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you are. You have 9 numbers. Now you open the syllabus and you plug in the 9 numbers from the bottom going up, which is your first spin going up. 8, 6, 9, 7. Now here's the situation. You already have 1 light up. And what the key is here is to use the sidebar numbers. You plug them in, and you're also going to get numbers on each one of these PRCs. If you have no light ups, or none of these lit up in green, what this is saying when it lights up in green is you would have had a hit and a win. Okay, certainly in your first 4 spins. However, if you have 1 light up, the whole idea is to get one of these PRCs to light up. That means you win. Now, if you have 1 light up, you can look again, by inputting your 9 numbers. And if you have 3 remaining wheels, you can go after the 3 remaining wheels within the inclusion of the sidebar. Okay, if you have no light ups, then that's fine. You have 4 wheels. But what we do say is, with or without a light up, a maximum of 2 light ups in case you decided to go looking for 2 is all you need and all you're going to go. You're not going to go beyond 2. I mean, there are going to be some people who choose not to play all 4 wheels. They want to just stick with 1 PRC or 2, 3. It's up to you. We recommend you start off with all 4 so your chances are not limited. Let's put in the rest of the numbers, and then with that we'll be able to have a good assessment of how far we can go here. So we're at 18. Now we put in 31, 33, and 12. Okay, in this particular example, it so happens that you have 1 PRC that's lit up and the other 3 are not. Now you have choices. You can either use all 3 of the remaining wheels with your sidebar, and your sidebar are these numbers. Okay, or you can choose any 2 of these wheels or 1 of them, whatever your preference may be, and it all depends. Again, you have to have a minimum bankroll that we suggest. Should be anywhere between 500 and certainly 1,000 is the optimum bankroll that we want you to have, or more. If you're going to use 500, hopefully you're playing with $1 chips, or I mean less than $1 chips, whether it be 50 cents or 25 cents. But I want you to think of it as units, especially when you are dealing with the calculator. Think of this as 2,000 units. Now, these 2,000 units could be dollars, they can be quarters, whatever have you. They can be 50-cent chips. It does not matter. They're considered units. Now, I'm going to get back to the syllabus here. One thing to pay in mind, once you have a hit, it doesn't matter. The syllabus is really designed for you to use these PRCs. And once you have a hit, the sidebar is no longer going to be used if you are going to go after just your wheels. Now, you in this case are starting off with a situation where you had one wheel that has lit up. So you obviously only have 3 wheels to go on. And all you're looking for is one more light up. Now, if you do have a hit and it's from the sidebar numbers, it does not matter. If it's one of these, obviously it's one of these PRC numbers, then obviously you have a winning situation and you're out. But once you have a hit, sidebar is no longer going to be used, and it's only going to be used if you're going forward. Because from the sidebar, let's just say you hit on 33, for instance, in your next spin, then you're just going to be playing your PRC numbers. Okay, and if you missed on one of those, you will use the sidebar only for the number that you missed on. So let's go ahead and plug these numbers in. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go in here and we're going to put in 2, 33. Oh, I think this mouse is very tricky here. Again, 2, 33. And we're going to show you 2 systems today. 31, 18, 26. Oh, a bit too much. 7, 9, 6, 8. And now your sidebar numbers have been entered. Now you're going to enter the PRC numbers, but you're not going to use your duplicates. Duplicates usually can be used if you really have a significantly high bankroll, because you're actually adding on more money onto your bets. Okay, so we're going to start with PRC1, and we're going to enter 34, 14, and 34 is a duplicate, so we're not going to duplicate that. We're just going to have 34 and 14, 34 and 14, and then we're going to have wheel 3, which is 22, 29, 14, and 22 is a duplicate. So 22, 29, so I'm going to have 22, and 29. 14 is already a duplicated number. We already have that. 22 we already have, and we're going to put in 28. And of course we have 29 is a duplicated number. 35, 22 is, 29 is a duplicate, 3 and 5, and 35. So 3 and 35 is going to be the next 2 numbers. And your total bet here is $34. So you want to take this. It says 2 units per number, and you had a certain amount of units placed here, which actually came up to $34. Now you're going to spin away. And 21 was your first number. So this is an ideal situation. Number 21 came down, and you do not have that. It does not matter. You are still going to put this into your sidebar by putting in 21. Now, what you're going to look for is, since you do not have a light up on any one of these PRCs, the sidebar is still in play only until you have a hit, then it will no longer be. You have to look when you entered the 21, did any other numbers show up? This was already here. 28 you already have. But if you notice here, 4 came into the picture. Okay, the number 4 showed up. So you're going to rebet, but before you even place your bets, remember this was a miss. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to drop the odds to 24, and it says $2 again. Okay, so you're going to repeat, which is $2. You are going to add that number 21 and number 4. Okay, because 21 you did not have. Okay, and you're going to add 4. Now, some common sense has to be employed here, folks. Your total bets are $38, okay? So you have to ask yourself, okay, this is a 72 total bet, okay? Total bets is $72, 38 now and 34 before. If you hit, you're going to break even, because each one of these numbers obviously pays 35 to 1, which is 36, and you have 2 chips. You're going to get back $72. So do you want to just do it, and if in this case you would break even? Most of the times we hit within 1 to 3 spins. Sometimes we may go 4 or 5 spins without hitting. And then when we do, we have a very lucrative profit. Or we're going to break even and keep you in the game. And that's the important factor of this calculator. Keeps you in the game. Okay? Now, in this case, I would take it upon myself to say, well, I'm placing $38 here and 34 before. I am not going to gain anything, but I'm going to break even if I hit. So the fact is, if I hit, I'm going to break even. I'm going to take that chance. I do have the bankroll, and I'm going to increase each of these by $1 so I can actually make a profit. Okay, so I'm going to increase all of this by $1. I mean, this is a decision you need to make on your own. You can stick to the calculator, which we recommend, but in this case, because of the cost of the bets and because of what you're going to get back as a return, it may make more sense to increase by $1. It's not going to hurt you. I mean, if you miss, fine, you're going to miss anyway, and you're probably going to be increasing regardless. Okay, so sometimes just a little common sense, a little math is not going to hurt you. You are assisting the calculator because, again, please understand the calculator was designed for single number bets. Okay, this was not designed for one single outcome. Okay, not multiple bets. So it's doing its best to be able to keep up with you. So this total bet now is going to be 54. Okay, so we're going to back this out. We're going to put 54 because we bet 3. Okay, so you have a total of 88, which means if you hit, and again, a lot of times we're going to hit between 1 and 3 spins, and that's what makes this program so powerful and remarkable. You're going to be able to turn a profit. So let's see what happens. There you go. You just did. There's only your second spin. So granted, in a matter of 3 minutes, you've walked away with, let's see, you got back a return here, win, and you got back $108. Oops, sorry about that. You're $20 ahead in 3 minutes. I said the average person works for between $20 and $30 an hour, 60 minutes of actual work. You have just sat here, you took your time, you've placed your bets, and in 3 minutes you've made $20. You are, we would consider way ahead of the game. Certainly you made $20 in an hour already in 3 minutes. Now, let's put this number into the syllabus and let's just see where that sets everything up. Okay, the number 12 came in, so you're going to put in 12. Now, here's your situation. Obviously, you're not using the syllabus if you're not playing the PRCs. Okay, that's the purpose of the syllabus. So this was a hit, but it came off the sidebar. So now that you've hit that, the sidebar is no longer in play. So now you're actually going to be using your syllabus for what it's there for. PRC 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're looking for one light up. Okay. Again, you don't have the use of PRC 2 because that's already been lit up. And you're not going to be using the sidebar, just these numbers. So what you're going to do is you're going to clear everything. You're going to go here, and you're going to put in the odds of 25, your base odds, to start again. Okay, it's calling for $2. Now what you're going to be betting is only your PRC numbers. 34, 14, well, these are duplicates, so whatever the duplicate is, you're not going to use. So it's 34, 14, 4, and 29. So 34, 14, 4, and 29. And then you have PRC 3, which is 22 and 28. You already have duplicates on the others. 22 and 28. 29, 14, and 22 you already have. And now PRC 3, 29 you have, 22 you have. So it's 35, 3, and 4. Okay, 35, 3, and 4 you already have. So you have nothing else there. Everything else is a duplicate. Now, look at your total bets. It's 16. You do not have to put the 12 because you just hit on that. And again, the sidebar is no longer in play. Most of the times you hit between 1 and 3 spins, so we're not really worried about it. But this puts you in the driver's seat here because now your total bet is 16. And let's see what happens. 25 came down, so you don't have that. Now you're going to input 25 in here. And what came up? I can tell you right now, the number 2 came up. Well, it came up on all 3 wheels. So you're going to increase, you're going to rebet, and you're going to add the number 2. But let's go to the calculator first. Okay, so this was a loss. So we're going to put in 24. Okay, now it's asking for 2 again. So we're going to rebet. We are going to add the number 25. Okay, so you are using that sidebar only for the fact that you're not using any others. Since it's a new setup, you're using the PRCs, you're going to add that number 25. Okay, but not the rest. You're going to add the number 2. Okay, to it. Okay, and your total bets is now $20. Okay, because you did add 2 more numbers. And you're going to go spinning. number 7. Okay, so you don't have 7, obviously. So you're going to add 7. And, of course, you're going to check with your calculator. I mean, if you're using your own progression method without this calculator, obviously, you're going to think, hey, I've just bet 20 and 16, 36. And no matter what happens, you would get back 72 if you hit. So you're still in good shape. Okay, so it's asking for 2 again. And now we're going to make that decision. So you're going to rebet. You're going to add 2. And then let's look at any other numbers that came in. 4 and 29 you already have. 29, 28, 29 and 35. You already have that covered. So your total bet is 22. So now you ask yourself, okay, 22 plus 20 is 42. And then another 16, which puts you at 58. If you hit, you're getting back 72. So there's no reason to even have to increase. And usually, again, you know, we usually hit within 1 to 3 spins, and there are going to be times you may go 4, 5, or 6 deep. Well, we'll find out. Number 20 just came down. We don't have 20. So we're going to add this to the syllabus. And now we have some numbers that came in. Okay, these were the same. 1, 14 you already have. 1 is now included. 29, 35, 1, and 22 you already have. So 1 is going to be a new number that you're going to add. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring these odds down to 22. It is calling for $3. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to increase all of this by 3. Okay. Again, the system is just absolutely amazing and certainly does give you very decent profits per hour. You're not looking to make, you know, $1,000 an hour to have a trail or a red flag behind you, because if you're going to be making thousands of dollars per day or certainly per hour and you're playing 4 or 5 hours, you're obviously going to be in the 1,000 range. Try doing that for 30 days. You'll get away with it for the first month or 2. But why would you want to do that for the casinos to shut you down? Okay, so you try to stay under the radar, make a couple $100 a day or whatever our money management schedule tells you to make, and you know, be content with the $4,000, $5,000, or $6,000 extra that you're making per month. Now we did add 20 because again, you're using the sidebar numbers from 25, 7, and 20 because that's when you started using the PRC and you missed. Now we're adding 1 here to this as well. And 22 you already have. Okay, so your total bets here are, let's just see. It says 39. I want to make sure that we have everything covered. And we can do the math right away and know that we're okay. But okay, so your total bet here is 39. Okay. Now we'll spin away. And number 8 has come down. Okay. So you don't have the 8. Put that in. Anything else came up? Nope. Nothing came up. So now here's where the analytics come in. Okay. You're at 21. It tells you to bet 5 on each number. Not a problem. So you're going to rebet. And this becomes 5. Okay. Certainly when you get deeper into it, sometimes this is going to happen. Okay, you could have easily said, okay, I'm going to quit at $20, but you weren't using the syllabus. You had to go. You have the bankroll to do it. And in some cases, if you're going 5 or 6 deep, you may hit and not fully recover, but you will get a lot of your money back and maybe a small profit, if not, you know, what you wanted it to be, and then you just play another session. So your total bet here is 70. Okay. Again, you have the bankroll. Please do not be afraid. Do what needs to be done. Okay? There's your hit. Now you got back 180. I guess you only went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep. That's not bad. Okay? So you got back, you had a win here. You got back $180. Now let's see where that puts you. You've made $33 in the last 6 minutes. Okay? It's that simple. And where did that number lie? The number that came down was the 1. Now let's see what happens here when you put this in. See what happens? You obviously, if you were, you know, using duplicates, I mean, you would have had this more than 1 time, but we're just, you know, we're not using duplicates. Okay, so you have the 1, you did hit, You didn't have just one light up, but you had two light ups. Didn't matter because you're not using duplicates. That's it. It's over. You're done. You're going to clear your PRC. You're going to log out and you're going to come back later on. Okay. Certainly, if you wanted to continue forward, and I don't think you should. I mean, you've already made $33 within 10 minutes, rather than have to work for $33 an hour. If you wanted to, you look at your last numbers and your last 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, here's a very good example. There is a duplicate here. Okay. So if you were trying to use the last 9 numbers, you had a duplicate, okay, which was 12. So theoretically, you would have to start back from here and count up now. 1 from 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you'd have to free spin. Okay, 7, 8. And again, here's your situation. You have a duplicate. Okay. So you would now have to start all over by starting with 9, the first 9, and look for 9 numbers, or 8 more numbers. Now, when we talked about cheating, this is where this came about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's where the cheating was, okay? And you would have hit, by the way, because the 9 came back again. Okay, the cheating was you had, at this point, if you started from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you would have had 9 numbers, but one of them was a duplicate, which was 12. So if you backed it down and you started with 33, you would actually have 1, and then we'll show you what we mean. You'd have 33, you'd have 12, you'd have 21, then you had the 12 again, so you just bypass it. And that's the cheat. That's the, I shouldn't use the word cheat again, the adjustment. Okay, 25, then 7, then 20, then 8, then 1. You would have had 2 light ups anyway, so it would not have made any sense. Remember, if you had no light ups and you hit on 1, you can certainly go after another 3, any of the remaining 3 wheels, or you can just shut it down because you already had a light up. But if you're starting with 1 light up, 1 PRC that's lit up, you're only looking for 1 more and you're out. Problem is, before you can even get going here, you have 2. So there was no play here. Okay, you would have to literally just 4 spins and, well, 3 9s in a row. 4 spins and keep going. Okay, now, we want to get to the other part of using the syllabus. Okay, so we're going to clear this, and we're going to show you how to use the other part of the syllabus, which is the predictor. Okay, so the basic way that the predictor is going to be used is we are now going to look. Okay, so your bankroll is 2033, so we're going to clear this here. Okay, we're going to set up with 2033, and we're going to put in odds. We're going to put in $2 as our target, and we're going to start off with 17 to 1 odds and work our way down. Now, what this is about is splitting numbers, okay? So with splitting numbers, what we're going to do is you're going to take the last 6 numbers that came down off your wheel. Okay, when you do have a hit, now you're going to increase as proportional, when you have a miss. But once you do have a hit, that's it. You're going to clear the predictor out. You can obviously start with a new wheel, which I recommend. Start with a new wheel and then get your first 6 numbers. And they have to be, it should be individual, independent numbers. Okay, so in this case, you have 3 9s. So you're starting with 927. Okay, and I mean, in theory, it really doesn't matter because this is going to provide you with 6 individual numbers, and that's what you're looking for. So why don't we do that? You can do that, but if you have a duplicated number in this 6 that you're going to get, then you should, spin the wheel and look for different numbers. So we'll show you what we mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start with 8. We'll put that in, which is 34. Then we're going to use 1. Then we're going to use, obviously, 9. And then 9 again. Then 9 again. And 27. Now, Here's something that's interesting. If you happen to, you're going to use these 6 numbers and you're going to split them. If you happen to have a duplicate, in this case you do, you'll see when we're putting it in, use the last number off the wheel. And you'll see when we're putting it in, it's going to be 27. However, if that also happens to be a duplicate that you already have placed, then it's suggested to either clear this and re-enter the numbers again, the last 5, or the last 6, or you can do a couple of 4 spins. Now, here's what's interesting. You have blocks here, obviously of 12. You want to stay in the block. Each of these blocks are broken up into 2 segments, 6 and 6 numbers. Okay? And the same thing here and here. So you want to stay within that 6. Okay? And you're always going to go sideways. So you're going to stay in that 6, and you're not going to go to the bottom, but sideways. In this case, it's 27. So 27 is in this block, right? So it would be here, you would be placing a bet. But we're not doing that just yet. Let's look at your numbers. It's 34. So it says $2. We're going to place that. Oh, we got too much there. $2. Still too much. And the reason why it's $2 is because the calculator is saying $2, okay, per investment. So your first number is 34. Then it's 30 and 20. Now you're going to stay in the block, remember. So 30 is in this block of 6. So it's 30. And then I believe it's 20, is what we saw. Okay. And then you have 7, 10, and 7. So the 7 is covered here. Okay. And then it says 10, but that's already covered. So what we'll do is resort to this number, which is 27. But that's already covered. So this you can't do anything here. What you do is you simply just do this. Clear it out. Put it in again. 8. Oh, sorry. Let's go. 8. This mouse is very tricky. 8. 1. 9. 9. Again. Okay. And then you got another 9. And then you got 27. All right. So there we go. Now you have your opportunity. So you have 17 and 34. So 17 is going to be here. 34 is going to be here. Okay. Then you have 24, 19, and 6. 24 is covered here. 19. Is it 19? 19, 6, and 10. Okay, so 19. All right. 6 is here. And 10. Okay. So, you go ahead and spin. Your total bet is $12. You put this into the predictor. Okay. And you had a miss. So what you're going to do is you're not going to add this number. You're going to continue on until you hit on one of these, and you will. That's the beauty of this. Okay, so we're going to rebet, but let's see what the calculator says. Okay, unless you're using your own progression. It says 2 again. Not a problem. So we're going to rebet, and cost you $12. And 27 came down, so you had a miss. That cost you 12. Okay, let's look at the calculator again. See what that says. It says 2. Now remember, each of these pay 17 to 1, so it's $18. If you hit with 2 chips, you're getting back 36. So now you have to do a little bit of math here. You've invested 26. Okay, you obviously missed, and it's calling for 2 again, so this is going to be 12. So 12 times 3 is 36. What's going to happen is you're just going to break even. So, makes sense, right? Now, there's 2 ways of doing this, by the way, and this is one way of doing it, is just to stay on these numbers, okay, and increase, and you will have your hit, okay? Or you can, and I will show you the other way in a second. Let's just get this out of the way. Or the other way is when you do miss, you can actually clear this and put in your last 6 numbers, okay, and use those 6 numbers. But certainly, if you're going to do that, so you had a miss, and if you were going to clear all of these, put in the last 6 numbers, whatever they tell you, you're still going to use the increments that the calculator is giving you, okay? Doesn't matter. But we're going to stick to this until we hit. And then again, this is the first way of doing it. The second way is changing it, right? What I did was I increased here by 1 because I told myself if I hit, I'm just going to break even. Okay, so this is now $18. Okay, and we'll show you. Let's see. 13 came down. We didn't have that. Again, 13 may have been a number that you would have played had you changed it and, cleared it and put in a new 6. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just showing you the first method, and I'm just going to live by that. So now it's saying bet $4. Okay, so we're going to put it in here. Now remember, we increased by 1 before. Okay, so since we jumped the gun and we increased by 1 because we were just protecting ourselves, in this case, I'm going to increase by 1 again. Okay, I'm just going to do that to compensate. Okay, so I'm following the calculator, and because I had, a few misses, we'll check out that in a couple seconds. It's not a big deal. It's $30. Yeah, so we had 1, 2, 3, and then of course I increased here 4. I might as well increase here again. It says to bet 4, and I'm just going to increase it and make it so it's 30. Okay, and there's your profit, or there's your hit, $90. Okay, you just got back $90. This is why I'm saying you can stick with it. Okay, so you've basically made almost $20, and I can tell you right now, it was 4 minutes, guys, gals. It's been 4 minutes since you've done that. I know because I looked at the time, the session time. Okay, so you are in a profit again. Now, when I look at all of this, I said, I'm $50 ahead. This video has only been 36 minutes long. We haven't been playing for 36 minutes, of course. But here nor there, you're $50 ahead within a half hour of play. Okay, now, simply put, just want to show you guys, just for argument's sake, before this 3 came about, when you had 13, 27, 26, 27, 27, 9, and 9, remember I showed you the other way was doing it is if you had a miss, and now we're going to find out. Okay, the other way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to put this in 9. Now we're going to put in 27. This was the other way of doing it, like I said. Okay, and then 26. And it's based on if you missed, you would have just put in the change of the other 6 numbers. Okay, which means you would have cleared it and just put in 6 numbers. Okay, so here's your 6 numbers. In one of the situations, you have a 0 here. Okay, so let's put in the bankroll. We're going back to 17-to-1 odds. It's saying $2. Okay, now it says 0. In a case like that, here's your situation. Since you're betting $2, you can't split. The only way you can do it is you can put the 2 here. You're going to make an extra $2 bet, or you can split that $2 like this. Oh, sorry. 1 here, or 1 here, and 1 here. Okay, if the 0 does come, well, you're good. And or you can put them both here. In that case, just on the column itself. Okay, this way. All right, and in this case, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it there. Okay, because I'm actually covering all 4 numbers, right? I mean, just as good if you did this here, you're still covering all 4 numbers. But I believe the odds may be a little bit different. Let's see. This is 11-to-1, yeah, and this one is 8-to-1. I think I'd rather take 2 chips on that. Okay. Now you have 18, which is going to be here, and then you have 18 again. So what we're going to do is revert to the last number that came down on the wheel, which was 3. So I'm going to put 2 here. Okay. And certainly, obviously, if you have another duplicate on one of these numbers, then you'll have to scrap it and look for another 6. 12, 20, and 21. So 12, 20, and 21. Now we're showing you the different way of doing it, right? Where if you have a miss, you're just going to go ahead and reset and get back another 6 numbers. Okay. And there you go. There you go. Already hit. Got back 36. How can you go wrong? You started with 2,000, and this video has only been 39 minutes long. You've only been playing total playtime of about 10 to 12 minutes. You are $75 ahead. Because remember, you started with a $2,000 bankroll, and you have $2,075. So you've made $75 in less than a half hour. Most people, again, are working for $20 an hour. And I don't know, depending on your job, are you making $75 an hour? Well, this is per half hour. Certainly, you should be able to make $100 an hour or more using the syllabus. Hopefully, if in case you would have missed here, obviously what you would have done was you would have just cleared this. Okay, let's just say hypothetically you missed. You would clear it, and you know what? I think it wouldn't matter. If you're using this method, no matter what happens, you're going to clear this on every spin and put in 6 new numbers. The last 6 numbers that came down. So think of it this way. You have the first method, which is you're going to stick with your numbers and just increase according to the calculator. And the second method of using the predictor is with each spin, you're going to put in your last 6 numbers. However, the key to this is when you're using your calculator, if you have a miss, each spin, it doesn't matter that you're putting in 6 different numbers. You have to do what the calculator is telling you. And now you have to also ask yourself, in this case, remember, our bet was actually going to be 12, but we increased it by $1. Okay, missed. And this one was 4, but I increased it by an extra $1 again because I said, you know what? If I do hit, I'm just going to break even or get close to it. I want to make a profit. Well, we did. So hopefully you understand exactly how simple and easy it is to use this and how this can really make some substantial profits. By using the syllabus the proper way. So you have 2 ways, which is this and that. Now let's see if I can just do a quick, let me just put in some numbers here and show you what I mean by not having 2 wheels lit up or having 1 wheel lit up before you start playing. I'm just randomly putting in 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I don't have 25 anywhere, do I? No. That's what I mean by having no wheels on the PRC lit up. Okay? Now you're going to go either play 1 wheel or play all 4 wheels, play 2 wheels, 3 wheels, whatever have you. Okay? But certainly, let's just say you happen to have, let's see, number 17 is not here, right? Okay, let's say 17 came down. Okay, so you added, there were new numbers that were added here. And for argument's sake, let's say your next spin, you hit on 22. There you go. You have 1 wheel that's lit up. You already, obviously, you made a profit. So at this point, you tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to clear everything and either start anew with 9 numbers or take a break and come back. But should you decide to go after these 3 wheels, the PRCs 2, 3, and 4, remember, the sidebar is no longer in play. So you're obviously going to bet. Let's say you decide to go after it. You're just betting these numbers, okay? And then let's say 32 came down and you didn't have it, and no, you had to add 31 now, okay? And let's just say your next spin 11 came down. Guess what? You won, okay? And that's how simple it is. The iProLogic syllabus is truly an amazing software, and once used properly, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. We started with a $2,000 bankroll, ended up $20.75 and $75 in less than 30 minutes with an actual playtime of less than 15 minutes. Wow, that means you could have made $100 in a half hour. Certainly, I think you're on the right track here to be able to make the profits that you truly desire, and there's no reason you shouldn't make a couple $100 an hour if you wanted to. But again, you need to stay under the radar, okay, and not have your casino account compromised or shut down because of excessive beatings that you're putting on them. Okay, and certainly there's going to be guys, you want to use a live dealer, you have only 20 seconds or 15 seconds to put your chips down. And if that's the case, the only other thing you can do with the syllabus is you can use the predictor part, like with the 6 numbers that we showed you, the recent system. That's the only thing you can usually use on a live dealer. But certainly you can use this anywhere on any RNG casino. You cannot use it on a live brick and mortar casino because there's no devices allowed there. Okay. Again, hopefully this was entertaining enough and it was knowledgeable enough for you to see that using the iProLogic syllabus is going to be the key to a lot of success in the future for you. And finally, I just want to point out to you, when you become a member of the iProLogic Roulette syllabus, you're going to get access to some download links, of which you will download each of these links. And after you have downloaded, and one of them is to install the syllabus on your desktop or your laptop. You cannot use this on an iPad or a tablet. Certainly we can. We have the capabilities of doing it. But you really want to have it on your desktop or your laptop. And once you have downloaded the links that we're going to provide you, you're obviously going to have access to all the live training videos. Okay, they're really good. We have the training videos, and we also have PDFs, okay, which actually has the demonstration of which system you should use or how to use your system properly. Okay, again, and if you make your purchase after 8 p.m. Eastern, we want to make an amendment to this. Usually it's after 6 p.m. There's no one in the office, and certainly everybody has their own private lives. But if you do make your purchase, we'll do everything in our power during that same day to be able to get you your product ID, because this is going to be important. Once you have downloaded the links and installed the syllabus on your desktop, you will email us your product ID number, and we will send you a registration key. Put that in, and you're good to go, and you'll be able to use the syllabus. And again, with the syllabus, you're using it. You have, 15 hours, or you have 70 hours. Once you open the syllabus, you're going to see a countdown in minutes. Once you close it, it will stop. Do not leave the syllabus open and close your computer. The minutes are going to run down on you. But you certainly have a lot of time. 15 hours or 70 hours may seem like a little bit. It is a lot of time. We do hope, again, this has been informative enough for you, and we welcome you to come to the iProLogic.com website or go to iProSyllabus.com, which we will have in place tomorrow, the 30th of November. Thank you very much for taking the time to look at our brief video tutorials, and we hope to see you as a customer in the very near future. Good luck and all the best.